Thank you very much, Abdullah Moqsit, Secretary to IPCC, and the entire IPCC Bureau for inviting UN Climate Change Secretariat to this important event. I'm truly pleased to share a few thoughts with your distinguished delegates today. Firstly, and most importantly, I would like to sincerely thank the hundreds of researchers and reviewers who have contributed so much of their time during the sixth assessment cycle of the IPCC. Facts and data supported by scientific evidence and analysis are the bedrock of our endeavors at the UN Climate Change Secretariat. The work of the parties relies on the scientific evidence provided by the IPCC. At COP26 last year, parties welcomed the Working Group 1 component of the sixth assessment report. Going forward, we encourage parties to build on their conclusions from the June session of the subsidiary bodies held in Bonn this year, which welcomed the outcomes of Working Group 2 and Working Group 3 components to reflect these in the outcomes of COP27, which will happen very soon. Guided by the Paris Agreement, we are all committed to work together to urgently reduce greenhouse gas emissions, to significantly adapt to the impacts of and risks of climate change, and to find much needed funding for all those areas. There has been much progress, but as clearly outlined by the assessment of science, it is not enough. At Glasgow, parties identified the urgency to increase ambition and keep 1.5 degree alive. We all must respond to the IPCC assessment report by collectively honoring the commitments made under the UNFCCC, the Paris Agreement, and the Glasgow Climate Pact. Acting on the scientific evidence now and through to COP27 to ensure we can build a sustainable climate resilient world. We know that climate resilient development is already challenging at current global warming levels. The prospects will become further limited if warming exceeds 1.5 degrees Celsius and may not be possible, unfortunately, at 2 degrees Celsius. The IPCC has not just assessed the climate science, but has looked at how to achieve the transformational changes we need to address climate change. Science-based decision-making and solid policies informed by data and facts must be at the heart of effective implementation of climate action across the board. In this regard, the IPCC has shown us and demonstrated very clearly what adaptation actions and efforts we can take to reduce the risks to people and nature, and which options are already available to galvanize the efforts of halving emissions by 2030. Parties have the opportunity to strengthen ambition now and move forward within the context of climate resilient development. The rigor and reliability of scientific research are crucial to all those involved in addressing the challenges posed by climate change. As you all work towards the closing of the sixth assessment cycle and the synthesis report, we will continue to encourage parties to use this sound body of knowledge to implement the Paris Agreement and the various decisions parties have taken at different fora. I thank the IPCC experts, the Chair and Secretariat for their dedicated commitment. And I wish all of you a successful session over the next few days. Thank you very much.